Let's see. Well, couldn't find that. Hello, everybody. Frontline football. One place for all your news, rumors, updates, and highlights across the NFL season. Unfortunately, this is a very sad time. Uh, our channel's coming to an end for the year, but don't worry, season 1.5 is right on the way after the Super Bowl because this is playoffs time. So we're starting to wind down with the season. It's Super Wild Card Weekend, as you know. So I guess like all I have to say is none of our teams are in playoffs.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to comment down below if your teams are in playoffs and tell us who your team is that is in playoffs. So let's just get right into predictions here.
All right. With our first matchup, we have the Colts versus the Bills. I guess I'm doing polls. So let me just log in for a second.
I got it if you need.
Oh, no. I got it. Yeah. And 100% Bills. A lot of people believe in the Colts here. And I will let Jack, because this is his division, guys. I know that they're part of your division too, Josh.
All right. I'm going to have to take the Bills here because, in my opinion, they're the hottest team in football right now. Like, they blew out the Dolphins in that great defense with their backups. Plus, I understand the Colts did get in. And the Colts' game plan here is Phillip Rivers can't really throw down the field, so they're going to just have to hope that Jonathan Taylor and, Nyheim Hines have, like, a massive day on the ground. And I don't think the Bills are going to let that happen. I think Josh Allen's just eventually going to end up overwhelming the Colts' defense. And while I think it will be close, at times I think the Bills will run away with it sometime in the middle of the third quarter. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I say the Buffalo Bills. They have a very nasty team. I do not expect them to be getting out of playoffs anytime soon right now. I can see a Colts win, but most likely it's going to be the Bills because they're like one of the best teams in football or the best team in football. Josh?
I think that the Buffalo Bills are going to be winning this game here because, sorry to say it, but the Colts, from what I saw, kind of struggled at some points against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I believe that the Bills will beat the Colts. Not soundly. It will be close until, like you guys said, about the third quarter. And then I feel like the Bills are going to run away with this because Bills are actually one of the Super Bowl favorites this year. Now, will they win? Probably not. But they're one of the Super Bowl favorites, and I don't see them making a first-round exit this year.
Okay, so the next matchup is the Rams versus Seahawks. Oh, shoot, my colors are going to be messed up for this one. But, yeah. I guess I'm going to do polls and then say my take. All right. 33% of people say Rams. 67% of people say Seahawks. All right. A lot of Seahawks believers here. And I think the Rams. I'm mad to say this, but the Rams have a very good team. And I don't see the Seahawks beating them. It's a hard game. The Rams literally just had to face Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray's basically the same exact thing as Russell Wilson, except Kyler Murray's younger. So that's the thing. So yeah. Josh, what is your take?
I'm going to say here that the Los Angeles Rams are going to win because, one, they're getting back Jared Goff and Cooper Kupp this week. So they're going to be pretty dangerous wherever those two come back. And I just feel like that defense is going to rush Wilson and also be trying to get some revenge for what Wilson did to them a couple weeks ago. So, Jack, what are your thoughts on the matchup?
I think I also have to go Rams here. It was close, but both of these teams, they have I'd say the Rams have a better defense, and Russell Wilson and the offense have slowed down. We saw them play a really close game last week, the Seahawks against the Niners and C.J. Beathard. It took a Russell Wilson clutch fourth quarter TD to win that game. The 49ers had the lead. And I think the Rams with Goff, Cup, they get Akers back 100%. Darrell Henderson may be in the mix. They're going to get their team back. They'll be a little healthier and ready to go for Seattle. And this will be a low scoring, run the football kind of game for the Rams. And I think they are going to pull ahead and win at the end.
Okay, so the next matchup is the Buccaneers versus the Washington football team. I will be handing this one off to Jack. What is your take?
I got to go.
Oh, 67% of people say Bucks, 33% of people say football team. Okay, Jack, say your take. Sorry.
I gotta go with the Bucks here. I understand the Washington football team. They're just that kind of team that's happy to be here. I don't really know how they got in. NFC East miracles. Eagles threw the game. That was weird. Weird situation overall in Washington. It's a good story for Alex Smith. He led his team to the playoff, comeback player of the year story. But Bucks defense, they seem to be getting better as time progresses. They seemed really impressive against opponents like Atlanta that did surprisingly well against KC. So I give Atlanta a little more credit than they probably deserve. But I just prefer the Bucks here, and this is the NFC East. I don't see Tom Brady having any trouble here. A experienced playoff QB, and I think he'll get the win here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I believe that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will win here. While Washington does have the home field advantage, how much of a home field advantage is it whenever nobody really wants to come to your stadium? And I believe that the Bucks are going to win because they actually deserve to be here, unlike the football team who got in because of a technicality. So give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they'll be moving on to the next round.
I'll go with Buccaneers. Brady's not getting any younger. I think that they'll make it through this matchup, but the next match that they're going to go against, that will not be a great game for them. I think Tom Brady's going to make it through a wild card and then losing the divisional, but that's a story for a different day. Buccaneers just need to not let that defense, because you guys are forgetting that the Washington football team can get a win here just because that defense can carry them through this game. And like Chase Young, that front seven is always really good. Corners are a little iffy, and that's going to be their big problem. So, and also Alex Smith needs to score really early, but I think the Buccaneers will win this. All right, the next matchup is Ravens Titans, a rematch. And 33% of people say Ravens. 67% of people say Titans. All right, Josh, what is your take? Because these guys are in your division.
I believe that the Tennessee Titans are going to win this game. Now, don't get me wrong. This will be nowhere near the blowout that it was last year because the Titans have shown again that they can't face up against Houston and actually win convincingly. Because let's see. It took you an A.J. Brown 51-yard pass and then a field goal to win the game against a quarterback who is playing with his backup wide receivers and practice squad guys we got off the street, and a backup defense. That doesn't show that you're the AFC South champions. That shows that you don't know how to play football correctly. So I'm going to say that the Titans are going to win here, but they're not making it further because their team just isn't built to make a deep playoff run without Derrick Henry being Derrick Henry. Even with him being Derrick Henry, they still are making a deep playoff run. So I'm going to hand this one off to Jack.
I have to go with the Ravens here. For one, Titans, they pretty much got outplayed the entire game by Deshaun Watson and his pretty much backups in a lot of positions, which is dicey because Houston was already 4-12. Ravens have been really heating up lately, specifically on the ground with J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, and a little bit of Mark Ingram here and there. So I think that this game plan will be a lot of running for both sides. As Titans will get Henry going, Ravens will get Dobbins going, but at the end of the day, I expect a Lamar Jackson clutch play to win him his first playoff game in this situation. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I have to go with, I'm going to go with Titans here. I don't think that the Ravens will be able to make it through this matchup. They have beat the Titans, I think, this year already, but I think the Titans will be more prepared for them. and they'll probably stop Lamar Jackson. Now, if the Ravens do win, I don't think that they're going to make a deep playoff run. They are not making a deep playoff run because the Ravens can't do that, basically. They're really bad at making deep playoff runs. Now, Titans, if they win, they're not going anywhere further either. They are not going to beat either the Bills or anybody that they face. They are not doing that. That is basically, in my opinion, impossible for them. All right. So the next matchup is Bears Saints. This game won't be on Nickelodeon, right?
It will be on Nickelodeon.
Ooh. All right, cool. 70% of people say Bears, while 83% of people say Saints. So there's that one person that always says the opposite of stuff that shouldn't be happening. Still there. All right, that's cool. I'm gonna hand this one off to Jack.
The Bears. I'm taking the Saints here. I have no clue. The Bears are another team where there's like, oh, we're happy to be here. I mean, they had awesome claps in the middle of the year and lost like 6 or 7 straight. They got their doors blown off by the Packers and just got lucky that Kyler went down in the Rams game, so they got in with the Cardinals loss. And overall, it's just like the Saints, I understand they do struggle in the playoffs and they get a lot of unfortunate situations, but I mean, like, this is Mitchell Trubisky. They have no business being here in the first place. I do expect the Saints to actually bold toes past them and win a pretty blowout kind of game and move on to the divisional round. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I don't like doing a lot of takes, but I say the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, they're pretty good. Is Michael Thomas gonna be in this game or well it really doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter, but like he sucks this year. God. But the Saints they've been pulling some heat. Alvin Kamara can carry that team literally to anything that they want. I don't think the Rams are going to be able to stop Alvin Kamara, and that will be the thing that will like be their most likely downfall. And yeah, I don't really think that the Saints got a lot of stuff to work with. I mean, not the Bears don't have a lot of stuff to work with. Like, sure they got some good receivers. Mitch Trubisky is like a literal garbage can that actually looks good sometimes. It's like putting a halo over a garbage can. I don't really know. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's like sucks. That defense is always going to be really good, but both defenses are really good. So I don't think the Bears are making it that far. All right, Josh, you have the final take of this.
Give me the Chicago Bears. Here is the thing. You always got to have one of those big upsets here. But here's the thing. One, I know that this is a football stat. Bleacher Report. If you watch their latest Gridiron Heights, which I recommend that you do, after this video, go watch that Gridiron Heights video. They were talking about how the Bears were going to lose their first playoff game. Now, Bleacher Report does not have a good track record with saying who wins and who loses their playoff games. It usually goes the opposite way. Second, the Saints are not very good in the wild card, especially against these NFC North teams. Look at the Vikings last year. They lost to them. So I do believe that the Saints will, one, their fans might say ref ball them out of the playoffs. And also, I believe that Mitch Trubisky is going to have a passable game and that defense will lock up and make Breeze make some mistakes. Simple as that. I believe that the Bears will win this game.
Is there a squeaker in the background, Jack? That's cool.
My dog is squeaking outside of the door.
That's really cool. All right. Well, this is a surprising one, and we just added this one. We are going to do the national championship. Alabama versus Ohio State. Buckeyes versus, the Elephants, yeah. All right. I don't care, Josh. Their mascot's an elephant. All right, Josh, you take it away.
Give me the Alabama Crimson Tide here. Now, I do believe that they are the best team in college football this year, and because of their Heisman winning Devontae Smith and quarterback Mac Jones, they will win this game, and they will win this game soundly. This won't be a Clemson game where, oh, Trevor Lawrence didn't do well and got blown. No, this will be a burial of Ohio State. Ohio State has no right to be in the national championship this year. You only placed like 5 or 6 games. You don't deserve to be here. There are so many more teams deserving of that spot, like Texas A&M. So give me the Alabama Crimson Tide to win this game. I'm going to hand it off to Zach for his take.
Rick, why did I spell it like that? I'm going with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Did you see that game? That defense locked up Trevor Lawrence. That's like the best QB in my opinion, ever come out of college. And probably other people's opinions too. Now, Mac Jones, he's basically like Trevor Lawrence. If you can lock up Trevor Lawrence, you can lock up Mac Jones. You can lock up Devontae Parker. You can lock up anybody that gets in their way. I think Ohio State has a nasty defense. Justin Fields got a little hurt, and that's a little bit scary. But this will look really good on his draft stock. Both of them look really good on their draft stock right now. But I think Ohio State will get this win. Jack, what about you?
The Jet fan in me wants Ohio State to get this win, but I think more realistically, it's going to go to Alabama. This team is pretty amazing. Mac Jones, well, he's not a Trevor Lawrence level talent. He's still very good and will most likely be going late first, early second. Devontae Smith, obviously, most likely a top 10 to top 5 pick after the Heisman win. You got Najee Harris, who's a power back, which is a different style from ETN, so we're not sure how it's going to work out with that. And overall, I think Nick Saban's defense is going to get this job done. I think they're slightly better than Clemson's defense just because it's Alabama, and I think Alabama will add a trophy to their many in their title case.
All right, cool. And for our final matchup, we have the Browns versus Steelers. In my opinion, the worst matchup on here. But yeah. 83% of people say Browns. 17% of people say Steelers. Jack, what is your take? I work on the notebook.
I have to take the Steelers here. Now, I understand the Steelers, they have slowed down as of late after 11-0 start. A little bit of a collapse, but here's the thing. They almost beat the Browns with their backups, and no Big Ben. Big Ben's going to be coming back for his first rest since week 4, so he'll be a little rejuvenated. This is a home game in Pittsburgh, which eliminates travel time. There's no massive home field advantage anymore. But Ben rested for the first time since week 4, and the Browns without Kevin Stefanski most likely because of COVID, along with their guard Joe Botonio, meaning that the Browns are going to have to basically have their head coach out of the game, which is going to be really tough for any team to overcome because the head coach is your leader. Stefanski is their play caller as well, I believe. So the Browns will have to make a lot of adjustments, and I think the Steelers will get a win here, take advantage of the Browns' unfortunate COVID situation, and move on. What are your thoughts, Zach?
Steelers, just because I heard that Kevin Stefanski's not playing. My gosh, that is a bad thing for them. Now, will they make it look pretty? No, it's the Steelers. They'll make it look uglier than the girl sitting behind you in your classes. Now saying that, I am very sorry, but the Steelers are not the best team. They won't make it to the Super Bowl. They will not make this a good matchup. The Browns are still going to have a fight. Now, if the Browns win, that will be really good, but I don't see it. All right, Josh, your take.
Give me the Cleveland Browns here. They are going to rally around Kevin Stefanski not being there, and they are going to beat these Steelers. Also, another reason, the Steelers had that late season collapse. Weren't they a team who's undefeated and now are 12-4 with their tail between their legs instead of being the dominant champions? So I believe that Baker Mayfield will have a good game. Myles Garrett will get after Ben Roethlisberger, and the Browns will beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh for the first ever time in playoff history.
All right, I figured out a color. All right, Jack, go. Oh, wait, you already went. All right, shoot. Let me just finish this up. All right. We've said all of our takes, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Josh, you want to hit a can or something?
You like what you saw here? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, punch that like button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell because you get reminded whenever we post a new video. We have that interview driving the short bus coming out soon, so you better get ready for that. And we have so much more to do in 2021. So don't forget to stick with it. And you like what you saw? Well, first, like the video and share with a friend. They probably love to see what we're doing here. So I'm going to say, Jack, hit the plugs.
All right. As always, do not forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to participate in the polls. And while things are going to be changing around here, as news dies down in the NFL world, offseason will start. You'll see some more interviews. We'll have some different ideas for the offseason. Things will be a little different. No more news predictions consistently, but we'll still get videos out once to twice a week. And as always, we hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you guys back here next week for divisional games and news.
Bye.